What's up, guys? It's Chris Teresi here, professional sports bettor, founder of WeCoverSpreads.com. And we're coming. This is your Friday market report, coming off a Thursday that was an absolute disaster for books and sharps alike, and that's becoming the common story right now in college football this year. And last night, books got buried. Every bookmaker I spoke with, whether they're legit Vegas guys or underground bookies here in New York, they all got buried, and that's the way the story went, because they needed Boston College, who didn't even show up and compete. They needed Akron, who didn't show up and compete, and they needed Central Florida. And there was a lot of three-team parlays with Miami of Ohio, Florida State, and Tulsa that cashed last night, and books got creamed, and sharps, professional bettors, most of the time are on the same side as the book. And regardless of the sharps did back the sides the books needed them to back last night, but the amount of money that was in parlays that ended up cashing out wasn't enough to equal out with the sharp sides that sharps took. It wasn't enough to bail the books out, and it was a very bad Thursday night. And from a couple of the guys I spoke with that do take book, it was their worst Thursday night of the college football season. And that's the climate right now. It's a story that we're starting to get used to in college football, that sharps and the books are struggling. Tonight we have a couple of games, and it's the same story. We have one of the games reminds me of a game last night a lot, and that's the first game we're going to talk about. The Central Michigan Kent State reminds me a lot of the Tulsa Central Florida story. And I personally, I'm not involved with either of these games tonight, and I'm going to remain selective. I have a few bets already locked in for Saturday, Sunday, and I feel there's more value in the weekend card, and there's no need for me to force anything and send anything out to clients on either of these games tonight. But Central Michigan, you're seeing 6 out of 10 straight bets coming in on Central Michigan, 8 out of 10 bets on the over, and we're looking at 7 out of 10 bets with Central Michigan involved in parlays. My Vegas odds maker source, he opened this as Central Michigan a 1-point favorite. Took sharp money on Kent State. Kent State's now the 1-point favorite, so they flip-flopped roles, very similar to kind of what happened with the Tulsa Central Florida game last night, where sharps took Central Florida and it didn't cash out, laying the short number, and the public was on the dog. And usually the public cannot pick out a dog successfully. That's something they usually struggle with. But same roll today. 43.5 total's been quiet. And here in New York, you're looking at Central Michigan open up, same exact story, as a 1-point favorite, and enough sharp money has come in on Kent State, where they're now a 2-point favorite here in New York. Total quiet at 43.5. So books are getting the sharp support like they needed, but Central Michigan is going to be the popular square bet, and squares usually struggle picking out dogs, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I actually would lean Kent State. If you put a gun in my head, I would agree with the sharp side and would like to be on the same side as a book here. I would give Kent State out, but it's not strong enough for me to trigger it personally or put it into my premium card for clients. And then USC, here is a game. Colorado gets a lot of key pieces back. They get their quarterback back. They get Ronnie Stewart back. They get a few key pieces back that have not been in the lineup over the past couple of weeks. So that could help them. And then you have a lot of sharps saying that USC came off of a very emotional loss in what was their biggest game of the year, since they have no shot at a Pac-12 title or a bowl game, and it could be a letdown spot for them. So that's how sharps are thinking about this game. But very strong support for the betting public, just like Florida State last night. Same scenario, they're all over USC. We're looking at 8 out of 10 bets straight up on USC. We're looking at about 6 out of 10 on the over, and we're looking at over 9 out of 10 parlays. Almost every square parlay has USC, and books really need Colorado, and they've gotten some sharp support. Sharps are staying on the same side as a book here. And basically Central Michigan USC is a popular square parlay for tonight. As far as the market behind the counter, my Vegas oddsmaker source opened this at 23. He's gotten quite enough sharp support to move this down to 20.5. His total has stayed at 58, so he's already crossed the key number 21. And sharps like this above 21 and up, from what he said. 21.5 to 23 was pretty strong support. In here in New York, 21.5 was our opener, and it was bet down to 20, so we crossed the key number of 21 a couple days ago, with sharp support coming in on Colorado. Total opened up at 58.5, and it was bet down half a tick to 58. So it's the squares versus the books and the sharps again tonight, and last night squares won. I think tonight sharps and books at least go 1-1. I think they at least clean up one of these games. I would lean Colorado as well. I would lean Kent State. Not strong enough to get involved with either of these games. There's no reason for me to force a bet here, but those would be my two leans for the night to stay on the side of the book, and I think at least one of the two do come through and cash out tonight for books, and maybe, who knows, maybe they both do, because I just don't foresee the squares having the run that they've been having to continue. And if I had to say, tonight would probably be a night I think that books get bailed out as far as parlays go. I don't think both the square bets cash out tonight in parlays, so I don't think it's as much of a disaster as last night. But then again, the betting volume is going to be lower than it was Thursday, as far as money coming in. So books did take a beating last night, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens tonight. If you guys want a premium card, top 10 NFL monitored and documented season continues to roll on. Weekend cards are up for sale on the site, and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do a breakdown where the sharp money's going for Saturday and where the square money's going, as always. All right, fellas, best of luck tonight.